Hey, pound cake lovers and friends. Welcome back to another episode of Whip It Like Butter. It's your girl Ashley, y'all, and it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Yes, so we have to do Christmas themed pound cake. It's inspired by the Little Miss Debbie cakes, the little Christmas ones, because they don't always look like this, right? They're not always decorated like this. I saw Angie Blakely. She's a baker. She's in my Facebook group, and she did something like this, and I was like, oh, I want to do something like that too. And I really love how it came out. She did the little pieces of cake on top, and I was like, I love that. So this is a cream cheese and heavy whipping cream base. All right, we add a little pizzazz to it. We did our icing. Y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. Let's try this again. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video so I'll show you how to bake this cake. All right, let's go. All right, my good people. So you know we always start off by mixing that butter together. 4 sticks of room temperature salted butter, because salted butter gives the cake that pop. All right. Slowly adding our sugar into the bowl until we have it nice and combined. We're gonna mix for approximately 5 minutes or until it's nice, light, and fluffy. Y'all, let me preface: this is not a red velvet cake. This is a heavy whipping cream cheese base dyed red, okay, to give it that Christmas theme. Not a red velvet cake. Definitely still loved everything about it though. All right, so we're adding a little more sugar here, and we're going to keep going with the mixing process. All right, you see it's coming together. Y'all see it. And so we got that nice and combined. So we're adding our room temperature cream cheese. We're only adding 4 ounces into this recipe, so it's only going to complement the heavy whipping cream. So yeah, make sure it's at room temperature for sure so it blends all nice and smoothly into your batter. Then we're using vanilla bean paste. You can also use vanilla extract. We're using almond extract along with that. You can use coconut, lemon, butter, cake batter, whatever kind you want to use. And this cake is really up to you. All right, so we're adding our room temperature eggs in here one at a time. We're mixing only until combined before adding the next egg. And we're using 10 eggs for this recipe. Yes, this cake is a big mama and it needs a lot of eggs. All right, so we're adding our flour as well. And we're adding that a little bit at a time as we're alternating with our heavy whipping cream. So we added our cream cheese at the beginning with our butter and our sugar, and then we're alternating with our flour with the heavy whipping cream, beginning with the flour, and we're ending with the flour for this portion, okay? Our oven is already preheated to 325 degrees, so it's all nice and hot and ready to go. When we get ready to put our cake in the oven, you need a mile-high cake pan for this recipe. It's 18 cups. This is 18 cups of batter. All right, we're adding our red food coloring in here at this point. We're using red gel food coloring. To me, you use less. It's easier to control your color, and it blends really well into the batter. I would have added like I usually add it after I add the eggs. I don't know if I liked how, alternating it right here. Well, not alternating, adding it right as I added my flour. I think it needed to mix a little longer, which I could have added a little earlier and had a little more wiggle room. Y'all tell me what you think. When do you add your food coloring? Wasn't a bad thing, but I noticed a difference from when I usually add it. So we're going to spray it the hell out of that pan, and we're going to lay our batter into our pan. So back to our discussion about the oven. So we have it at 325 degrees. I told y'all you need a mile high cake pan. This is one of the typical mile high cake pans. We're going to bake this cake in the middle of our oven. We're going to bake it for an hour and 30 minutes. Y'all, if it's not done in an hour and 30 minutes, keep baking it. It's okay. Don't take it out the oven like, oh, she said it should be done in an hour and 30 minutes. No. If it's not done, or if it's done earlier than that, take it out. If it's not done in an hour and 30 minutes, bake it longer. Mile high pound cake sometimes could take 2 hours, maybe even longer to bake, especially if you put a sheet pan under your pound cake, which that's not my preferred method. Some people do for lighter pound cakes, and that's another story for another day. But even without, it can take almost 2 hours to bake in some instances. Everybody's oven is different. We're smoothing the top of our cake pan, and y'all, I do want to show y'all real quick. I added a little batter into these muffin tins so I can make the little um, pieces of cake on top. All right, so I just did two. I really only really needed one. I think I baked these for like 20-25 minutes. I'm sorry I didn't do the time. I just baked them until they were done. All right, So you can do those on the side if you like. That's really an optional step. So our cake is done. We let it rest for 10 minutes before flipping that thing out that pan. And we're going to start on our icing glaze situation. All right. So we have our powdered sugar. Okay. We're adding our cream cheese in here. We're adding butter in here. We're adding extracts in here, the same extracts that we used for the pound cake. But instead of using vanilla bean paste, because I didn't want it to change the color of the icing, I use vanilla extract. And you know what? I want to try the white vanilla. Y'all tell me if y'all have tried that before and how y'all like it. Because, or the clear, I should say, because it doesn't tint your glaze the way this vanilla does. But it's still less of an effect that it would be with vanilla bean paste. So what I did here is I just kept adding the milk a little bit at a time until I reached my desired consistency. So I'm doing my check here, scraping the sides of the bowl. I know it's not the consistency that I wanted, so I added a little bit more milk until I got there. All right. I always like to use a measuring cup to go ahead and add my glaze onto the cake, just like the control. Love my Lazy Susan too. You can find one linked into my store, and my offset spatula. Those are some of my favorite tools for helping me glaze my pound cakes and everything else that I do once I set that pound cake on this Lazy Susan right here. All right. So I got the design I want. I'm laying my glitter, my green glitter. Use as much as you like. That's really up to you. If you want to go light, if you want to go heavy, but make sure that you glitter all around the top of a cake. You can also do your glaze how you want. If you want it to drip a little further down, that's up to you. Do your thing. So this is called red icing, and so the tube that I bought, like the point of it wasn't thin enough for what I wanted the design to look like, so I just put it in a different bottle. So keep that in mind. You may need a piping bag. You can use a Ziploc bag. Just cut a really thin slit. Once you put it in there, you have a couple of different options to help you get the thinness of the lines that you would like. Just breaking up the cake right here for the decor for the top of the cake. And ta-da, we're done. Let the glaze set a little bit. And here we go with the cut. And y'all know we definitely gonna go into the taste test. If y'all been rocking with me for a while, you know how my red velvet cakes come out. They come out a little bit darker, but look at this red. I like that variation of it without the cocoa. Y'all, that red is really popping. Too happy with that. I'm going to really control the amount of cocoa that I use, and the next time I bake a red velvet and see the difference. Because I like the bright redness. I don't want to make a red cake, but man, that's good. I haven't had heavy whipping cream pound cake in so long. And then I always like a little almond extract. I don't know why, with cream cheese. A lot of people don't like almond extract. Use whatever kind you like, but I like the combination of that. Heavy whipping cream, the cream cheese, super moist. Let's try with the icing. Extracts give it a nice balance. I know I got some icing on the side because I need more icing on that. I like the little crunch that the sprinkles give. A little red icing is good. Recipe links in the comments and also in the description box. Thank you all so much for your support watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season with your family and friends. And of course, join me back here for more over here at Whip a Life with Butter. By the way, this is our last pound cake of the season. I know the year went by so fast, but stay tuned for more in 2026. All right, bye.